Today we're talking about something that we all think, but we don't talk: wealth and success. And we've got the perfect guest for this conversation, Andy Silvier, the co-founder of MedikStat, and her views about wealth and success. Andy, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start off today. So Andy, you've got 3 degrees, be honest with me. Do people really need a high IQ to be successful?
No, quite the opposite. We tend to overvalue all these titles: doctor, engineer, scientist. But the average IQ of millionaires is around 110, which is completely normal. So if intelligence alone guaranteed success, most of us in healthcare would be billionaires by now. Now, there is this legendary Harvard study, the Grant study, that followed people over 75 years. And it found out that long-term success has nothing to do with IQ, income, or education. It comes down to resilience under stress. Think about it. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. Henry Ford, Steven Spielberg, James Dyson all faced rejection after rejection. The difference? They kept going. The psychologist Angela Duckworth calls that grit. Her research found out that persistence outperforms talent every time. So no, success isn't about being the smartest person in the room.
Wow, that's fascinating. But if success isn't about IQ, what is it really about?
It's about emotional intelligence. It's about being the one who refuses to quit. We are raised to value logic and qualifications. And don't get me wrong, they matter. But leadership, influence, and real success come down to how well you understand and manage emotions. Our emotions, other people's emotions. Society tends to define success by what we have. And science defines it by how fulfilled we feel. Here's the truth. IQ might get you the job, but it's the EQ, the emotional intelligence, that gets you the promotion. According to Daniel Coleman's research, emotional intelligence accounts for 85% of success among top-performing leaders. That's huge. And the Harvard Business Review found in 2019 that people driven by purpose perform better than those chasing rewards. So the real key isn't working harder, it's working with meaning. And at the end of the day, success is emotional. Our colleagues, clients, and even our families, they don't care about our IQ, but they will never forget how we made them feel. The Mayo Clinic Leadership Program actually proved this. When doctors were trained in empathy, burnout dropped by 33% and patient satisfaction soared. So emotional intelligence is the strategy for transforming knowledge into influence and work into legacy.
Okay, that makes perfect sense emotionally, but let's get practical. How does emotional intelligence actually show up in your bank accounts?
Okay, that's a great question. You see, most healthcare professionals are trained to save lives, not to save our income. And that's not only in healthcare. Across almost every profession, two things drain people's wealth: financial illiteracy and lifestyle inflation. Here's some data for you. According to the British Medical Association, the average UK doctor retires with less than 500,000 net worth, even after decades of high income. That's shocking, right? Now think about your last 3 big purchases. Were they assets or trophies? Because wealth is not what you buy, wealth is what you build. The Fidelity Millionaire study found that 80% of financially independent professionals invest at least 50% of their income. And here's the part that blows my mind. A consultant earning $200,000 a year with zero investment could retire broke. Meanwhile, a nurse investing just £500 a month for 25 years could retire a millionaire. That's the power of compound interest that Einstein famously called the 80th wonder of the world, because it rewards patience and punishes procrastination. In a bubble, emotional intelligence helps our finances when we have that discipline to delay gratification and make smarter choices that last longer than our paycheck.
Hold on. So we have to wait 25 years to make 1 million?
Not necessarily, but real wealth starts with mastering your finances. See, most of us were taught about how to earn money, not how to keep it. And financial intelligence is not about how much you make, it's how much you can keep and for how long you can keep it before spending. A lot of what we call essentials are just habits. When we start separating what we really need from what we just want, that's when we start finding money to save. But saving money is not enough. We must learn how to invest and how to create. There's a great book called Rich Habits by Tom Corley, I think, that shows that about 65% of self-made millionaires have at least 3 income streams. That could be a small business, a side hustle, property, or even digital projects. We all have skills that we can turn into something. Tutoring, coaching, handmade goods, drop shipping. The internet has made it easier than ever. The problem is, most people give up too soon. Around 90% of a small business fail, not because the idea was bad, but because people were not ready for how hard it actually is. So no, you do not have to wait 25 years to make a million, but you do need patience, consistency, and a clear sense of purpose. Here's the truth though. Real wealth is not about showing off, it's about freedom. When we stop trying to impress other people, we realize that we don't need as much to be happy. Money is important. It gives you security, pays for food, a safe home. But if you spend your whole life chasing it, you risk losing what really matters, your health, your reputation, your relationships, and at the end of the day, we all leave it behind anyway.
That's gold, Andy. Thank you for breaking that down so clearly. And that's today's episode. That was Andy Silvier from MedikStat, sharing real talk about wealth, success, and what really matters. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe, just click here for more insights that blends health, money, and mindset. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep building your version of success.